For over a year, I have been building Unseal with my friend. It's a third-person cosmic horror game. We finally launched our Steam page and first trailer. Like most indie devs, I'm wearing all the hats: coding, art, sound, and more. I've been so focused on the build that I haven't had time to reach out and gather feedback. Working on a game in total silence is a bad idea, so I'm starting these devlogs to share the progress while we prepare for Steam playtest. I'd love for you to join our journey and see what we can bring to the table. Today, I'm improving the visual transition for our portal system. So, like in many games, our portal function as instant gateways. They can take any form: a door, a mirror, etc. But for today's demonstration, I'm just using a simple flat plane. To avoid spoiling, this level is a dedicated environment for the main menu, not the actual gameplay area. I actually made a tutorial on how to build an endless spiral staircase like this one a while ago. It was the best performing video on this channel. Definitely check that out. Now let's test the portal. Looking through it, we can see an orange platform. It's not sitting behind it, obviously. It's actually way up there. I hit jump, and we're now on the other side. The visual trick behind it is the scene capture 2D. So this is the portal's material. There's a lot going on here, but this is the only part that really matters. Initially, I tested cube maps because they're relatively cheap, but cube maps don't update in real time, and the distortion and sharp angle is awful. So I went with scene capture 2D instead. I still kept the cube map toggle in the material for level transitions where real-time rendering isn't possible. This flow switch is what controls the portal's activity. Usually these portals are hidden behind puzzles. They stay inactive until they're solved, otherwise there will be no gameplay. Right? The rest of the shaders just handles texture blending and animation. Like here, I'm using a packet mask to make a swirl animation. This creates a trippy, liquid feel that fits our style. And this is the portal's blueprint actor. I set up the dynamic material instance and the add variable at the beginning. To let the code know where to send the player, I just assign the portal on the other side as a linked variable. I also put a box collider in front of the portal. Once a character enters, the logic is ready. All we need to do is hit jump, and all the conditions for the traversal will be met. Then I hit the real wall, calculating the render perspective. To make a portal feel like a window, the texture must project based on player's position. Did I forget to mention I started this journey as 3D artist? My programming foundation is adaptive. When I hit advanced vector math problem, I do what any scene developer does. I go to the internet. I found a brilliant portal tutorial series made by Devlog on YouTube. His logic for camera sizing saved me weeks of headache. He also showed how to make transition perfectly seamless. That is fancier, but I chose a different path. Because the lighting scenario in our game isn't consistent, I use triggers to switch lighting setup depending on where the character is. Building a seamless portal system in this case would be a headache, so for now I just use the good old teleportation. I have the logic set up for the sounds as well, but for now the sound is just a placeholder, so I'm not showing it here. So that's what I have for now. It's functional, but visually it's quite simple. I'm going to add some effects, improve the animation, and make it a bit fancier. So that's it for the portal. I'll come back later to update the sound effects. Since this is my first devlog, I'm still finding my rhythm. This video is a bit short on details because I'm not used to recording while I work. I only have limited behind-the-scenes footage for this one. Also, I want to avoid spoilers. I hope you experience the story and design for yourself when it's out, so I won't be sharing too much of that just yet. I'll try to record more often, so hopefully I'll have more to show next time. Thanks for being here. If you have any suggestions for the game or the devlog itself, please leave them in the comments. I'd really appreciate the feedback. Also, like and subscribe if you're interested in the future update for Unseal. You can also follow our official YouTube channel and our other social accounts. But most importantly, please wishlist Unseal on Steam. It really helps us keep this project going. If you do, grateful I am. Bye.